This is the practice page for section 8.2. We're going to find each measure. We're going to use this diagram. This is a parallelogram because the opposite sides are parallel. Here's the things that we know about parallelograms. The opposite sides are congruent, so top and bottom match, left side and right side match. Also, the opposite angles are congruent. So if that's 112, angle R is 112. These angles match as well because they're opposite, but they're not going to be 112. They're going to be supplementary to that. So these angles are going to be 68. 68 and 112 out of the 180. You could just answer the question now. What's the measure of angle K? 68. What's the measure of angle R? 112. What's the measure of angle T? 68. What's the measure of segment KR? How long is it? 27. How long is segment KN? 13. Number 6 says, suppose the diagonals of parallelogram KRTN intersect at point Y. If the distance from N to Y is 12, find the distance from N to R. That might seem really complicated. But if you draw yourself a parallelogram and name it correctly, it's going to help you a whole heck of a lot. Okay, so you can put your K anywhere you want, and you can put your R either here or there. It's up to you, but you got to go in order around the shape. There's your parallelogram. The diagonals intersect at point Y. They're telling you N to Y is 12. So we know R to Y is 12. So if both of these are 12, how far is it from N to R? It would be 24. You just add those together. This next section, 7 through 12, basically the same thing as this. Now we do have some diagonals in here, and they are telling you up here the length of this diagonal is 74. Remember, diagonals bisect each other. If that whole thing is 74, then each of these is going to be 37. That's 74 divided by 2. They're also telling you that A to E is 29. And I know that piece is the same as this piece. So if anything, that would be the tricky ones there. 13 through 16, I'm assuming we're using this diagram. It doesn't say. It's a parallelogram though. The measure of angle BCD, that's this entire angle down here. That's this angle. Find the measure of angle BAD. Angle BAD, use your finger or your pencil to trace it if you're not sure. It's going to be that guy up there. Number 14. Measure of angle BAC is 45. That's this one. Find the measure of angle ACD. Angle ACD is this one. I didn't do that on accident. These are alternate interior angles. They're always going to be the same when you have parallel lines. So the measure of angle ACD is 45 as well. Number 15, the measure of angle BEA, they're telling you is 135. So that's this angle, angle BEA. Find the measure of angle AED. That's this one that's right next to it. Now, if I would come over here and redraw those two angles, here's what they look like. The thing that you got to remember is angle BED is a straight angle. So if they're telling you this one's 135, then you automatically know this one. It's not going to be the same as it. It's going to be supplementary to it because it makes a line. So this is going to be 45 degrees. Last one, number 16. The measure of angle ABC, that's this angle up here, they're telling you it's 50. So I'll use this same picture, but obviously the 50 isn't going to work out with the 125s. What if that's 50? Notice how all these say if. So they're not saying it is that, but if it was that, what would it look like? So if that angle's 50, what's the measure of angle BCD? What's the measure of this angle down here? It would be 130. These add up to 180.